By the time Interior Design Masters had come along, I had been working doing interiors jobs for about 3 years, but to be picked from thousands of applicants just blew my socks off. So I've been in this house for 13 years now. Our house has been a constant evolution. We're always knocking down walls and moving rooms around and adding on extensions. We've done 2 loft extensions over 2 periods because more kids, more space. And yeah, so it's been a constant evolution, and I think it probably will be for the next 5 years at least. My personal projects, I very much, obviously we need to think about functionality, and that's the key part as to why we might be changing something or renovating something. It might be to do that we need more space or more storage. But I do, in terms of decoration, very much decorate from my heart. There's so much emotion that goes into my spaces when I'm thinking about them. I really want to understand how those spaces feel. How would I describe my style? I would say that I have been described as being quite bold. I would say I'm quite contemporary and modern. I do like still things to feel very comfortable and homely. So I've always had design at the heart of me. You know, I've worked in graphic design, my own graphic design business for 20 years, but I've always been obsessed about interiors and really passionate about it. And I think when I had my youngest daughter, after my maternity leave, I went back and picked up my graphic design work again, and gosh, I just think my heart really wasn't in it anymore. I really just had been working on doing some work around the home, and I really just had a real flair for it and just knew this is where I wanted to take my path. And then I got to a point and I sat down with my husband and he said, you know, you just got to go for it. So so I wound down my graphic work and started taking on more interiors work, did some more courses. And then the opportunity for Interior Design Masters came along. That was amazing. By the time Interior Design Masters had come along, I had been working doing interiors jobs for about 3 years, but to be picked from thousands of applicants just blew my socks off. You know, I just like, that's amazing that, you know, that they've picked me and they like what I do. So that was a huge highlight, and actually the whole experience of, you know, working with briefs really, really quickly, like we had a week to turn everything around, was incredibly intense, but so much fun. Absolutely loved it. We got to meet some other great names in the industry, some other brilliant contestants who were all sort of different experiences of design themselves. We all learned lots from each other, which was fantastic. So this is our lounge, which I really wanted it to feel warm and cosy because it's where all the family hang out in the evening and watch TV. But it's quite a hard working space because we have our friends over here and the kids are from school come over for play dates, and it's usually covered in sticky walls, but I still really want it to feel like a relaxing space. I painted the ceiling dark so that it had a bit of a snug feel to it, and I use lots of mirrors and plants and things to bounce light around in. So when I am styling the mantelpiece, I very much base it on season. So at Christmas, you know, I'll do a big mantle installation. Halloween, I usually go for it over there as well. But I just can completely change the feel of the space by swapping out to different flowers, changing the artwork around, maybe putting the blue chair in here, and it just suddenly gives the whole space a different vibe. And I often do that when I just need to fall back in love with the house again. So through to the blue room, and although the rooms are connected, I really wanted them to have a completely different vibe, because this is the room that really, when I need a change of space or headspace, I come in here to relax. So I really wanted it to be calming and soothing, and I think the blue kind of gives it that peaceful, serene feel to it. In this room I have painted literally everything in the same colour, the ceiling, the woodwork, even the cupboard in the corner, all of this. It just gives a really soft feel. There are no hard lines in here. And again, as I say, this is the space I come to relax in, and I just love that everything sort of blends gently into everything else. So it almost feels like I'm in a cloud. Yes, I mean, I know they say dress as your home, and actually I realise that I unintentionally completely dress as my home today. But yeah, like I say, I design in my home with things that make my heart flutter, and this is one of those colours I absolutely love, and so I've used it in the room, and I'm obviously wearing it too. Your home especially should be the place that makes you feel happy. So, you know, really understanding what makes you happy is really the start of where you would work with your interiors, and adding those colours that add warmth or joy in certain spaces, just when you're surrounded with it the whole time, just can bring you a sense of well-being or happiness.